Mosley.
Mm-hmm.
Ask you the same thing I asked Brett. You're coming off a spring when you showed some pretty encouraging signs, but it's also an abbreviated spring. Now it feels like so long ago. Were you able to take any momentum from that and feel like you can build on that, or has it been such a long time that you kind of have hit a reset?
I mean, kind of goes both ways. You can kind of build off it with the mental aspect of, gaining that confidence. And I don't think that goes anywhere. I think you're going to start in the position that you did in the first game that you left off in. But I mean, physically, there's obviously been some time off from the game. I mean, personally, this is the longest I've gone without playing in a baseball game. So hopefully we can just get right back in there in stride and get going.
Joey Mack.
Well, I was just talking about how you'd be the starting right fielder if everything started today. How's it been adjusting to playing the outfield, and how much more comfortable are you out there these days?
I mean, I've just been kind of rolling with the punches, I've just been working out there every day, and I've gotten a lot more comfortable over this past year or so, actually, since I started playing outfield. And I would say I'm pretty comfortable out there now, and it feels like a normal position for me.
Ashley Conklin, register guard.
Last year you guys didn't play a lot of games, obviously, but it seemed like every one you were in was super close and kind of came down to a final at bat or something. What was the biggest takeaway looking back to that last year as far as applying lessons to this year go for you guys?
Well, last year we were a pretty young team, so I think being in a lot of those close games were good for us. It kind of taught us how to play through adversity, which I think is a big lesson moving forward to this year. I mean, not every game is going to be a blowout win or a blowout loss. But so being able to learn to play through close games and battle through that adversity is pretty crucial, I think, for a young team to grow up.
Rob Mosley.
Waz was talking about examples from other sports of how maybe the pandemic has caused some strangeness with Kentucky men's basketball struggling, LSU football struggling, that, some teams that are traditionally pretty good have had a hard time during this. What's the lesson he wants you guys to take from that? And how does that impact the way you approach this season and kind of where you guys stack up?
Yeah, just kind of a big thing that he's pushed on is kind of just roll with the punches. I mean, everything that's happening in our world right now is kind of is out of our control. So just finding what we can do to make the most of our current situation is just super crucial, and just our current development and success. I mean, there's a lot of things, like I said, that we can't control. So just leaving that up to other people to take care of, that'll make it easiest on us.
Can I follow up real quick, Darren?
Yeah.
Do you think he's more worried that you guys could be Kentucky or LSU and struggle, or is he trying to say, hey, some of the teams that are going to be predict to be 1 or 2 in the pack, might not be based on those results, and so you guys need to think of yourselves as contenders for titles and things like that?
I think he's meaning it more in the light of just the board's even this year. I mean, you don't know what every team did. Every player went home to different regulations and stuff. So everybody was different, and you don't know the story of what teams have had to go through to get to where they are today. So with that being said, just, think of it as just a clean slate.
Jerry Thompson, Ducks Illustrated.
Hey, Aaron, I remember your freshman year. Who's this guy, the name A to Z, and he's got all these multiple hit games to start off. You came in and already kind of knew how to hit. Now, what have you learned since you've been here and to keep that success going? Because that was incredible, I thought.
Thank you. Probably the biggest thing that I've learned isn't it really physical. It's more like mental. Just growing up through my time here. I mean, obviously, like everybody here has physical talent, but I think one of the bigger things that separates different players is the mental side of how they go about hitting and everything else in regards to baseball. So just kind of growing mentally and becoming more mature, I think has helped me a ton. and becoming more just comfortable stepping in the box every at bat.
Joey.
Similar to that, Aaron, what was the offseason like? How much focus was on mental? And then two parts here, working with Daryl in the weight room. What's that conditioning program been like?
In the offseason, I mean, it was mostly just physical. I mean, there was not, I mean, I knew I had a ton of time, so I wasn't hard pressed to tomorrow is I need to do this and this and this, you know. I was still getting after it and everything, but it was more of just working on the physical aspect of what needs to happen, and just kind of growing my body and getting everything right with my swing and my arm and, you know, everything in that regard. In regards to Daryl did a great job over quarantine, making workouts for guys in different situations. Some guys had gyms, some guys just had at home like little workouts, and just few and far between. So Daryl did a great job handling that situation.
We'll go to Rob.
Your approach at the plate, how different or not you think it'll be? You know, last year a middle of the order guy. You know, if you were more of a table setter this year, how are you going to approach that mentally?
You know, I'm just gonna. I mean, right now it's the same that it was last year. I mean, kind of the whole if it ain't broke, don't fix it type of deal. You know, if I need to, or if I see fit that I need to go and make some adjustments, then I'll make some adjustments. But it's going to be on an as needed basis.
Jerry Thompson.
Yeah, back to you, Aaron. I've heard that the pitching machines are pretty incredible, what they can simulate. Could you explain that a little bit? And also, how much time the off season do you get to go in and do that? It's like a kid in a candy shop. You think being able to hit off one of those things, but are you limited in what you can do, or do you get to do a lot of that?
Yeah, so we in each cage we have a machine that can throw different types of pitches and stuff, and simulate the different arms that we would see throughout a season. So that's a pretty cool deal. In a normal season outside of COVID, we would have free access to those as long as we had someone else to feed the machine and put the balls in. But right now, we are limited in what we can do, and just because of all the regulations that are surrounding the facilities.
Any other questions for Aaron? All right, looks like that's it. Thanks for your time, Aaron.
All right, yeah. Thank you, guys.